Hi Kings and Queens, my name is Natalie. Welcome to my channel. In today's episode, I will show you a little recap of what we did in this morning live stream, because remember, I always got the morning live stream 9:30 CET time, Swedish time, 30 minutes after London session have opened. So always be on that one because it's really good, okay? But in today's episode, what I will show you is that I do believe that we will now pull back up to, first of all, 25,350 around this level. I do believe that we can pull back up a little bit higher for then pull back down, and this Fibonacci level that I'm looking at, the minus 1.2, is exactly combined with a previous Fibonacci from this drop that we did have. So I still believe that we can pull back down pretty low on Bitcoin, but not right now, but I'll show you exactly why and how. Remember, I'm no financial advisor and you need to look up everything yourself first, but please continue looking at this video and I'll show you what I see right now on Bitcoin and on Ethereum, long term and short term. Let's go. Start off with the weekly chart. So this was something that we spoke about this morning in this morning live stream right here. You will have it at the end of this video too, because it was actually very good explanation of everything that we did. What I did was, this Fibonacci was valid long time ago. You saw the market pull back down. Target 1 was actually hit not so long ago. The take profits that I usually have, they also becomes, in this case, new lower highs. If we go down to the lower time frames now, so the only thing that I did connect was that we saw the market pull back down. The lower time frames, what we're looking at right now, remember that this line that we do have at 27,054, that is the take profit 1 of the previous Fibonacci, okay? And that is exactly combined with 61.8% of this Fibonacci level that I dragged from 31,705 back down to the support at 18,965. That gives me the 50 and 61% Fibonacci levels at 25,322 and 26,734, and slightly above we have the take profit 1. And as I said, of what I backtest myself, and with this Fibonacci, the market usually use these levels as the new lower high. In this case now, because the market is in a downtrend, so the lower high becomes where the market pulls back up to, for then to create the next lower low. If we go down to the lower time frames, what happened was we had the break of this resistance, right? And we did I did drag a Fibonacci, so we had levels at 22,190, one of them, because if we would see the market pull back down for a then potential reverse to the upside, because that was something that we spoke about. Also, bearish scenario was that if we broke below this level at 22,510, because this is the daily, go back in time, this is the daily resistance that we did have. We also have another resistance here at 21,630. But when we're looking at this huge candlestick that broke above this resistance, this is the resistance that I'm using, and that is why we can see how the market perfectly came back down and retested this as a new higher low on the lower time frames. We can see it more clear. But the most important thing that I spoke about was that if I would sell the market, we see the market potentially come back down and retest these two Fibonacci levels for a higher low. But the only thing, if that was the case, I spoke about, it's very important to look at the candlesticks. If we had a break, and how the market did behave around the resistance again, because at that point this just might have been a fake out. Market comes back down, retest, and then see the drop. But I remember that when we had the live stream, I remember once one beautiful subscriber said that, I don't know if he was joking or not, but he said that, okay, because I spoke about that, I do believe if we pull back down, we can come back down and retest 50%, right? But and he wanted to sell the market here because he was thinking obviously that, okay, if we sell the market from here back down here, he will be in profit. But I told them, don't do that, even though I am no financial advisor. But we have to have in mind that we can only, I said that you can also see the market only come back down and retest this daily resistance only for a quick retest, because looking at the lower time frames, when we have such a huge candlestick breaking this level, as you can see, we usually don't have a bigger pullback and then see the market reverse. We usually only have a quick one, and this was exactly what happened. Market came back down, retested the resistance. Market is now heading up to the targets that I'm looking at, and the targets that I'm looking at for Bitcoin at the moment, because this is the closest one, is 25,300 and 26,810. This is the Fibonacci levels on the daily chart. So I strongly believe that we can have a market coming up to these levels. If we see the market break above the 61.8%, I am looking at this previous high, this previous lower low, also the previous support that we do have around 28,360. So the market can definitely have some momentum to these levels. We can also come back up and retest this trend line that we did have from the higher time frames. If we're looking at the weekly chart, remember the third touch is usually the one that you see the market reverse back down from again. So I'm still bearish, but looking at the lower time frames right now, we are in a bullish market on the 4-hourly, so, and on the daily chart too, because the market is maintaining higher low, higher low. We right now broke the previous higher high. We just might have to pull back up now. Higher high, come back down for another higher low, pull back up for another higher high, consolidating between these levels, maybe try to break above the trend line, fake out, market pulls inside, retest from below, and then you have the drop. You can also see the Fibonacci level that I do have on the daily chart right here, the one that I do believe that we can pull back up to. You can see how the minus 1.2 is exactly combined with minus 0.2 that we have on this Fibonacci level. Don't forget that you can also receive a bonus on BYBIT up to $4,450 by using the link in the description down below the video. This is how you are supporting me and Bitcoinsensus, so I am always available for you. And the great thing about BYBIT, as always, is the low fees that we do have when we hold our positions for a longer time. And other things that's very good with BYBIT is that they challenging you, and you can receive other bonuses by using first time stop loss, take profit for the first time, etc. So BYBIT is usually giving out more bonuses than just the one that we also have. You have the link in the description down below the video, and you also have it right here in the corner as always. So looking at Ethereum, we did have this previous resistance now, and that was around 1,615, and we actually came back down, and the previous resistance turned into a new support. And this now, yeah, exactly, and this was also something that I spoke about, I think it was this morning live stream. I didn't want to have my resistance right here against this previous high, because remember, usually what they teach us is that you need to have the resistance at the highest point, but that is a fake out, so we're not using that one. Can you see the big difference? Because if we have the resistance here, it looks like we actually is retesting this and can see the market, you know, continue to the downside. And if you don't have a strategy, if you don't know what you're following, this just might be, oh yeah, it looks like a resistance, now the market will go down. No, but if you just change it a little bit, you'll see that it's actually a breakout, a retest, and then a continuation. And on the higher time frames on Ethereum, we are inside the Fibonacci levels right now between 1,670 and 1,836, and this is the first levels that I am looking at right now to see if we have some momentum to the downside. If we have the market pulling back up to higher targets, what I need to do is that I need to change the Fibonacci back up to 3,523, and if that is the case, the next level that I'm looking at will be this level at 2,245. That is the 50% on the higher time frames Fibonacci levels on the weekly chart. So if we see, or if I see that Ethereum is continuing with higher highs and higher lows, I would look at this level that I spoke about, and also 2,560 for the market to eventually continue back down. So what we're looking at right now is a pullback. Remember, it is a pullback. This doesn't mean the market will change direction. So the same thing that as we spoke about on Bitcoin, the market just might pull back up to these levels. We just might try to break above this resistance trend line, and then slowly and steady see the market reverse back down. And the next target that I do have based, if that is the case, is around 430, and that is really good combined also with the monthly with the support that I do have right here, the support trend line, you can see this one, and yeah, it's really good combined with that. I know this will freak a lot of people out. If we pull back down to these levels, I would not be surprised. You might see the market then slowly and steady reverse to the upside. Long-term target, I still believe that we will pull back down to the lower targets, and long time target, we're still continuing to the upside, but with a little bit more patience. On the lower time frames, the market is just going up, so I don't have anything at the moment. The market did create a higher high. I'm just waiting for the market to create a higher low for me, potentially maybe go in and buy the market, but I don't have anything at the moment, so I'm just gonna let the market be for what it is right now. But the market will probably be so much better in tomorrow's morning live stream that I will have. Thank you so much, guys, for looking at this video together with me. As I said, tomorrow we will have a morning live stream, 9:30 CET time, Swedish time. That is 30 minutes after London session have opened. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications so you know when I'm going live tomorrow. Until then, please comment below, what do you think will happen to Bitcoin, Ethereum? Are you inside in the trades at the moment? Until then, we see each other later. Okay, thank you so much. From Sweden.